Welcome back. This is geometry lesson 8 for going over homework from 8-4. It's page 531. Let's get started. We've got on numbers 3 through 8, they said for any rhombus, we know this is a rhombus, JKLM, whether the statement is always or sometimes true. Well, look at our two pictures. They're both rhombuses. The top one, it is a rhombus. Yeah, I know you're going to say it's a square, but remember, all squares are rhombuses. The bottom one is also a rhombus. So both of those pictures we have to take a look at. Let's look at the first one. Always or sometimes, angle L equals angle M. In the top one, yes. In the bottom one, no. So just sometimes in a rhombus. Angle K equals angle M. Opposite angles congruent. That's true for all parallelograms. That's always. JK equals KL. JK equals KL. In a rhombus, all the sides are equal. So yes, that's always going to be true. JM equals KL. Once again, all the sides are the same. In a parallelogram, opposite sides are the same. That's always true. Number 7, JL equals KM. Look at that, JL equals KM. What are they talking about? They're talking about the diagonals. Now look, the top picture, remember it's a rhombus. Oh yeah, they are equal. The diagonals are equal in that rhombus because it's a square. But in the bottom one, no, the diagonals do not have to be equal in a rhombus. So on this one, sometimes those diagonals are equal. And the last one, look at these angles. Angle JKM. JKM, that's this angle. LKM, that's this angle. In the top one, JKM, that's this one. LKM, that's this one. Look at those angles. Always true or sometimes true that those angles are equal? Yes, always. Always. Because in a rhombus, one of the properties was the diagonals. They bisect that angle. Just like down here, that gets cut in half. Right here, that one gets cut, that one gets cut, this one gets cut, this one gets cut, this one would be different, but it still gets cut. Yes, number 8 was always true. Let's go to the next one. 9 through 14, these are rectangles. They are both rectangles. You're saying, oh, the bottom one's a square. It's still a rectangle. Okay, so we've got both of them are rectangles. Let's go through it. Always or sometimes. Angle W equals angle X. Consecutive angles, yeah, they're the same. You got in all rectangles, you got the 4 angles. They're all the same. They're all 90. So yeah, always true. If I spell it right here. Okay, always true. The next one, WX equals YZ. WX equals YZ. Opposite sides are congruent. That's true for all parallelogram. WX equals YZ, yes, always true. WX equals XY. Well, in the top one, it sure doesn't. WX equals XY. In the bottom one, it does. Well, sometimes it's true, but not always. Okay, WY equals XE. What are they talking about there? WY equals XE. They're talking about the diagonals. Hey, in a rectangle, what do we know about the diagonals? From the notes, the diagonals are equal. They're the same length. So yes, the diagonals will be the same all the time. Now, WY equals XE. They're talking diagonals. Sorry, 13. WY perpendicular to XE. Well, not up on the top one. On the top figure, no, they don't have to be perpendicular. On the bottom one in a square, sure they would be because it is a rectangle. So sometimes they will be perpendicular. And the last one, let's look at this one, WXZ. That's this angle. YXZ, that's this one. How about on the top one, WXZ, that's this one. YXZ, that's this one. Now take a look. Do those angles have to be the same? No, they don't. In the top one, they're not going to be the same. In the bottom one, yeah, we just looked at that one. We're in a square. Yeah, it's going to bisect that angle. But yeah, they don't have to in a rectangle. That diagonal does not have to bisect the opposite angle. So only sometimes on that one. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, on this one, we're looking at, we want to name either parallelogram, rectangle, rhombus, and square. And we want to do all the answers that apply. Of those four up here at the top, parallelogram, rectangle, rhombus, and square, we want to put all of them that apply. Let's look at the first one. Equiangular. Which ones have all the angles the same? All the angles the same? Well, we know it's true for a rectangle. Rectangle, let's spell that right. And if it's true for a rectangle, yeah, it's true for a square. Okay, how about the next one? It's equiangular and equilateral. Well, that doesn't have to be true for a rectangle. Doesn't have to be true for a rhombus, but it is true for a square. Okay, how about the diagonals are perpendicular? Think about the special properties yesterday in the notes that we looked at. The diagonals are going to be perpendicular to each other. The diagonals make right angles. What do we have? Yeah, it's true in a rhombus. And if it's true in a rhombus, it's true in a square. Okay, opposite sides congruent. Well, wait, that's true for all parallelograms. So yeah, all of those up top, all of those, regular parallelogram, rectangle, rhombus, and square, the opposite sides are congruent. Let's look at the next one. The diagonals bisect each other. Well, wait, that's true for all parallelograms. That's one of the properties we covered for every parallelogram. The two diagonals are going to cut each other in half. That's true for all of them. Now, the diagonals bisect opposite angles. Think about the special properties. That last one, 24, is only true for a rhombus and a square. There we go. Okay, let's look at the next one, 26. It says, classify the special quadrilateral, find the values. Okay, hey, what type is it? First of all the four sides are the same. The angles don't look like it, but the sides are. Yeah, we've got a rhombus. Okay, now find the values of x and y. Well, let's see what we know. Hey, for the y's, all the sides are the same. So we know that y plus 8 would have to equal 3y. There we go, minus a y here, minus a y here. 8 equals 2y, divide by 2, divide by 2. 4 equals our y. We got that. Angles, what do we know? Is it a parallelogram? Sure it is, because it's a rhombus. What do we know about a parallelogram? Oh yeah, here we go. Consecutive angles are supplementary. Consecutive add up to 180. Consecutive add up to 180. Consecutive add up to 180. So let's do it. 104 plus x equals 180 minus 104. Minus 104, I think we're getting 76, yeah. X equals 76. Okay, looking good. That's going to finish up part 1. Watch now, part 2 will start on problem 28.